Bharatji, you can try.
ॐ वक्रतुण्डमहाकाय सूर्यकोटिसमप्रभ निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणि विद्यारम्भं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः ॐ सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ शान्तिः 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 हरिः ओम्
Hari Om. Okay. बहुत सम्यक अस्ति महोदय. We'll go to the next one. This is hiding the Zoom thing is hiding my. Okay, I think right now it is okay. I just moved it. So we will do one Subhashitam. So as I said, before we go into the class, we will do a shloka or Subhashitam. So Subhashitam is, a nice saying in Sanskrit, which also gives some life lessons. So does anyone want to read? Pavitra ji?
धन्यवादः महोदय. अयं निजः परो वेति गणना लघुचेतसाम् उदारचरितानां तु वसुधैव कुटुम्बकम्.
Yeah, very good. So can you maybe, is there, you are able to understand the meaning of this shloka? Is there any?
Mahodaya, we did this in our shaka, so aham artha janami.
Okay. Okay, maybe you can then tell us the meaning. I have the meaning in the next slide, but yeah.
Okay. I am Nijaha. Like this is mine. This is mine and things. And Paroveti, that is the other person is somebody else. That kind of gana like people of only small-minded people. Lagu like think like that. Udara charitanam tu Vasudeva Kutumbam. Like people who think very broad think the whole like world is our Vasudeva Kutumbam. Or we are all family like that.
Very good, very good. So Kutumbakam is like, the family. Vasudhaiva means, Vasudha means the earth or universe. So Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam means the entire earth is my family. And who thinks like that? Udara Charitanam, who are broad-minded. So they think like that. But how does the Laguchetasam is very narrow-minded people. How do they think? I am Nijaha Paroveti. So I am means this, nijaha, mine. So this paro, so this belongs to you, this belongs to me, like that, like, a very split, selfish kind of a thinking. Ganana laguchetasam, that those people think like that. And udara charitanam, two means, but to give the contrast between these two people. So the tu shabda is used to give contrast. These people are like that, but these people are like that. That but kind of meaning is given by tu. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam. So we will not go to the grammar part and all of that here, but just to give some high level meaning, we start the class with a good Subhashitam learning. So that is the idea. So I think the meaning is given here. I am this, nijaha, mine. Paraha means others. Va or iti, like this. Like if you think like this, I think this kind of thinking is by Laguchetasam. Okay, of narrow-minded people. Udara Charitana, of kind-hearted or even broad-minded. Udara means like broad-minded people. Vasudha eva kutumbakam. The earth only, the entire earth is the family. Is the thinking of those people. Okay, so that is this Subhashitam. So now we will go to today's lessons. So first Punaravalokanam, the Aksharamala and Parnamala, etc. We saw last class. You have any questions on any of that? Is everything clear? It's some basics only. There is nothing advanced about that. basic. And anyway, I think these are all just only knowledge which will become very useful later on when you study things like Sandhi and all of that stuff. And that is when these intricate knowledge like, Ushmanaha, all that Karkasha Vyanjanaha, Mridu Vyanjanaha, all of that will come in, use there. But right now it is more knowledge. And anyway, I think all of you would probably know the Devanagari Akshara. So there should not be any issue as such. If there is any doubt, you can ask.
Mahodaya, last week, if I remember, you were mentioning about this
Maheshwara Sutram.
Maheshwara Sutram. I think in the notes that's shared on the
Yeah, that is
isn't it?
not part of the regular thing. So I added it just for some additional information because this class, a lot of people have a Shastric background. So I thought I'll include that. If you are interested, I can share that separately.
Yeah, if you can please.
Yeah.
Please
So I did not add to the class because there are many other students who are in the other class. They may not, require, or they may not, they may get confused. It's too high level actually. You don't need that level of this thing. But I just started, you gave this knowledge because you may have heard about this somewhere else. So I just thought, that just to give that understanding a little bit. So that's okay. So we'll go to today's class. So first of all, what we are going to see is like what types of words are there. Padani. Padam means words. So padani kani, what are the types of words in Sanskrit? And then we are going to delve deep into the Ajanta Pullinga Shabdas, which is especially the pronouns that are used in Pullinga. Sa, Yeshaha, Kaha. Kaha is the question. I think we have seen some of this in the very first class, but not with the full background. We just saw with the perspective of giving introductions about ourselves. But right now we will dig a little deep. As a part of that, we will also introduce a number of commonly used words in Sanskrit, names of many things and all of that commonly used words in conversation. So we will talk about all of that. So ekavachanam means singular. We will also talk about the plural bahuvachanam. I don't know if it is given in the slide, but we will have it in later on. So we will talk about ekavachanam and bahuvachanam of pullinga shabdas, especially akaranta pullinga shabdas, the ones that end with a, and that's how you see this visargaha, saha, yeshaha, all of that stuff, ramaha, krishnaha, all of those, that class of words. For that, we will see the singular, plural, and also for only pullinga. For Srilinga, we will cover in the next class. Okay, so that is the subject matter of this class. And obviously the plural, as I mentioned, plural also. Te, ete, ke. So te is, so we'll talk about what is sa, eshaha, etc. in the subsequent slides, but this singular, this is plural. Ekavachanam, bahuvachanam. Okay. So now Padanam. So as I said, padas means words. There are broadly two types of words in Sanskrit. One is called Nama Padam. The other one is called Kriya Padam. So I think from the name itself, you can guess what they are. So Kriya Padam means verbs. Nama Padam means nouns. So only these two are the only two class of words in Sanskrit. So for example, in English, other than names and nouns and verbs, you also have things like prepositions and conjunctions and all of that stuff. So Sanskrit also have conjunctions, but there is no prepositions at all in Sanskrit, because the Nama Padam and the Kriya Padam itself changes. They have different forms to account for things like tenses, things like gender, number, etc. All of that is within the word itself. So there is no need for adding additional words to give more information like gender or number or cases, etc., like the prepositions, etc. You don't need to have separate words for them. All of them actually are part of the word itself. So that is the beauty of Sanskrit. So within, if you just get given a word from that word itself, you can actually get a lot more information in that sentence. So now, so the Nama Padam and Kriya Padam, even though they may have the same root, may change in a number of ways depending on various factors. So for the Nama Padam, there are three factors that affect and that will involve how it changes. First one is Lingam. Lingam is there are three. We will talk about that in a minute. But Lingam is basically gender. Vachanam is the number, singular, plural, and all of that. And Vibhakti. Vibhakti is called cases. So this is what will actually bring the preposition into the word itself. So there are 7 cases. We'll talk about all of that in this course later on. But for now, you just understand Vibhakti is nothing but a modification of the noun to account for prepositions within the word itself. Okay, so there are 7 possible case endings each noun will have, and that again will there are 3 possible numbers, so which is like ekavachanam, which is singular, bahuvachanam, that is plural, and in Sanskrit there is a very special dual number also. So there is one ekavachanam, dual is dvivachanam, and plural is bahuvachanam. So 7 cases, 3 endings, 3 numbers. So altogether for a pullinga shabda, there can be 21 different modifications. So there are 21 different, if we take a simple shabda, let's say Ramaha or Bharataha, these are Ajanta Pullinga Shabdas, Akaranta Pullinga Shabdas. So each of this name can have 21 different forms, okay, to account for actually various things like, you say of Rama, by Rama, to Rama. All of these are like different words you attach to Rama. The Rama in English remains the same. You just attach some preposition words which are separate from the word, the noun itself. But here, the Rama itself changes, like Ramaha, then Ramasya, Ramaya, Ramat, Rame. All of these things changes are introduced in the word Rama itself. So that's the beauty of the Sanskrit. So you need to know, and there are 21 possible forms for every type of noun word. So that is just Akaranta Pullinga will have 21 words, different patterns. Similarly, Ikaranta Pullinga, like Hari, all of that, Munihi, all of this is Ikaranta Pullinga. That will have 21 different patterns. And similarly, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga, any word you take, that will have 21 different patterns. Okay, to account for 7 vibhaktis and 3 numbers. But there's also one more, it's not called a vibhakti, it's called Sambodhanam. I think we touched on that briefly. When you call somebody, that's not actually a case ending, but it's called Sambodhanam. So Sambodhanam is 3 more. So that is 21 plus 3, 24. So there's 24 different possible combinations are there. For some people consider Sambodhanam also as a special form of the subjective case, which is the Pratama Vibhakti, but it's usually considered a separate line item. Okay, so there's 24 different forms. Similarly, Kriya Padam, which is verb, this changes on 3 different factors. The one factor that is common between noun and verb is the vachanam. It changes based on numbers, but it does not change based on the gender. Okay, so for both Pullinga, Strilinga, Napumsakalinga, the verb does not change at all. But it changes on other factors. So it changes on, one is called Purushaha. Purushaha means the first person, second person, and third person. In English, we say first person, second person, and third person. In Sanskritam, we say, Pratama Purushaha, Madhyama Purushaha, and Uttama Purushaha. So Pratama Purushaha, which translates to first person, actually means third person. So you might get confused a little bit. So you have to leave your English things behind. So here, Pratama Purushaha means third person. That this, not you or me, but someone else, right? So that is Pratama Purushaha. Then there's Madhyama Purushaha, which is you. So addressed through you. Like, somebody sitting in front of me and I address them as you, or you all and all of that. So that is Madhyama Purusha. And then there is Uttama Purusha. When I refer to myself, I say I, or we say we, right? Aham is the I, Vayam is the we, like, I and all of us together. So that is called Uttama Purusha. So the verbs will change based on the Purusha, the Vachanam, okay? And hence what? So there are 3 Purusha and 3 Vachanams, okay? So 3 times 3, 9. So 9 different forms of verb, but not just, that's only for, let's say, a present tense verb. So the verb also changes depending on things like tenses and moods. So moods are things like, you give instruction, that's a mood. Okay, so you might ask them, hey, please do this, as opposed to he is doing. Like there's a difference between an instruction or they say ashirvadam also. Like, when you're giving benediction or instruction, those that is also counted, and it's not tense. Tense means what? Present tense, past tense, and future tense. Okay, so there are tenses, and then there are moods also. So totally there are 10 of them. Okay, and we will probably not look at all the 10 of them in the in this course, but we'll probably look at 3 or 4 of them. But essentially, please, there's one present tense, one future tense, and then there are 3, I see 2 future tenses, and then there are 3 past tenses. Okay, so what those are, we will actually look at when we talk about that. But essentially, if you look at the past tense, that it can be immediate past, it can be like, just 1-2 hours ago, like when we were talking, it just happened, that kind of a past, or it can be some past in the recent, or that can be like very, very long ago. So during the Ramayana days, that is like you and I were not there when that things happened. So that past is also a different type of past. So there are 3 different type of past tenses. We won't worry about all of that. We'll deal only with one past tense in this course. But I'm saying, let's say there are 10 different tenses and moods. And then for each of them, there are 9 different forms. So a verb can potentially take 90 forms, right? Don't get confused or overwhelmed with all of this information. What I'm saying is all of this is pattern. So that's the beauty of the Sanskrit. So if you understand one pattern, you can easily predict what the verb is going to be, what pattern, what form it's going to be, depending on the other things, right? So that's the beauty. So a name can take 21 or 24 different forms. A verb can take 9 different forms for each tenses. So which means, there are like 10, not 10, actually 9, I think. And one is called, one of the tenses is used only in Veda. So we will not worry about that. So the 9 forms. So you have so many different varieties of words that can be formed, actually. Okay, so I think this is it looks very complex and very overwhelming if you hear about all this, but in essence, it's once you understand the pattern, everything is pattern based. So once you understand the pattern, so the patterns are all for the names, the Namapadam, the patterns are all based on the endings of the root name. Okay, so in Ramaha, the root name is Rama. So Rama ends with a A. So all the such that Rama is called Pratipadikam. So the Pratipadikam is the root for the name. And the Pratipadikam, depending on what ending that Pratipadikam has, like Hari, as a E is the root ending. Okay. So Guru is a U as the root ending. Okay. And Pitru is the Pratipadikam, from which the words like Pita, etc. come. That Pitru, the root ending is R. So these are all called the root ending. So the Namapadam, Pratipadikams endings. And that is why we call Akarantaha. So Antaha means the word that ends with Akara. So Rama is ending with Akara. Okay. So once you know the format for Rama, this 24 word formats, anything that ends with A, it follows the same format. Like Krishna also ends with A. It follows the same format. Okay. So similarly, harihi, the E has a particular format for 24 different things. And then once you know that, any other E, like Muni, also will follow the same thing. Okay. I mean, I'm just saying this that there are some exceptions and some minor differences, but by and large, that is why these patterns are there. So once you know a couple of them, you can easily predict the patterns for everything else also. So it is not that difficult to, so you should not think that for every word I should know so many different things. It's not like that. It's easy once, in the beginning, it might seem very overwhelming, but as you go along, it's very easy to kind of understand. But today's class, we are not going to worry about all these different formats, etc. And the way we will introduce is, we will not give you a table and then go and ask you to by heart the table. That some people teach like that. But what we will do is we will teach one vibhakti by one vibhakti and tell you what these different forms are and have you use those words in different contexts. And that way, and in the end of the course or towards the end of the course, we will give you the whole table. Then you can easily remember the whole table. So rather than start with the table and you say, okay, I have to memorize this table, you don't have to memorize all that. You can understand row by row, and in the end, you can actually do this. Yeah, Bharat, you have a question?
Yeah. So is it the same with Kriya Padani also? So
Yeah, same thing. Kriya Padani also same thing. So there are patterns, and you will understand. And as I said, lakara means tense, right? So we will see 4 lakaras mostly in this course. And that through that you can actually predict. So the Kriya Padam does not depend. So the Nama Padam, the root I said is called Pratipadikam, like Rama and all that. Kriya Padam also is based on a root called Dhatu. Okay, so that's why you might have heard the word dhatus. So dhatus, there are some 2000 dhatus, which forms the basis for Sanskrit language. And these dhatus then, they are grouped together in 10 different groups. And depending on which group they form into, usually, they are classified into mainly, 2 types of verbs. One is called, I don't want to put all this in this and it may seem overwhelming to you, but essentially there is a pattern for each of this also. Okay, so the pattern is what we will learn. So don't have to worry about what those patterns are. We will anyway go through that in the class. Essentially, there are patterns to easily understand these verbs. Okay, so that's what we will learn. All right. Okay, so we will go to I think I've covered the next slide through this slide itself. Basically, lingam, as I said, gender. So that is pullingam, strilingam, napumsakalingam. So neuter gender, male and female. So this is the first one. And as I said in the very first class, the words themselves have lingam. It's not based on the objects. And the classic example for this is Devata. So Devata can refer to Navagraha Devata, who are male gods. Okay, but the Devata word itself is Strilingam. Okay, so this is so you say Devata Yei Namaha. Even though you might be actually doing puja to Surya Devata, you have to say Surya Devata Yei Namaha only. Okay, Suryaha is a Pullinga Shabda, but Devata is a Strilinga Shabda. Okay, similarly, the same word can have multiple things also. For example, yeah, Pavitra ji.
What is the difference between Devata and Deva?
So Devaha is a one Shabda, Devata is another Shabda. Okay, it's a 2 different words actually, 2 different words altogether. Okay, like for example, I'm giving another example where a same word in now, for example, wife, in English itself, if you can say wife and spouse. Spouse can mean both husband and wife. Wife means only a woman, correct? It has a very specific meaning. But that is not a very clear thing. In Sanskrit, for example, there are 2 words. I think one is Bharya. Bharya also is wife. And there is another word called Kalatram. Kalatram is also wife. Okay. So Kalatram is a Napumsakalingam. Okay. Bharya is a Strilingam. So the same, in real world, it's the same wife, which is actually feminine. But the words that refer to that person can be a Strilingam or Napumsakalingam. And I think there is a Pullingam Shabda also. I don't remember that now, actually, to refer to wife. So it can be any of this. So don't go with the. So this is the most confusing aspect of Sanskrit. People get confused thoroughly because we are so used to considering the object's gender all the time. And but even in some of the languages like Hindi and all that, they have genders even for some objects, which normally are not considered only neuter gender, right? So here the words also have gender. Okay, so that is important. And when we are talking about Pullinga Shabda, Strilinga Shabda, Napumsakalinga Shabda, we are talking about only the words, not the objects they may. In most cases, the objects also will be feminine or masculine, but doesn't really matter for us. What matters is only the words. Okay, this is the important concept. Okay. So the next one is vachanam. This is the number. So again, we have three. Usually in most languages you have singular and plural. This is common. But in Sanskrit, as a very special case, we also have dvivachanam, which is dual. Dual number has also like for example, when you say there are two boys. Okay, so balakaha is boy. And then there are multiple, like hundreds of boys. Then so boys. Usually English boy is one boy. Boys is two or more. But here Sanskrit mein boy is balakaha. And boys, multiple boys is balakaha. And two boys ke liye there's a special thing, balakau. That's a very special word. We are initially not today. We are not going to address the dual number. We will address the dual number maybe few classes down the lane. But there is this thing also. Okay. So dvivachanam. And then vibhakti, we spoke about this a lot, right? So all the kind of prepositions, there are 7 cases, as I mentioned. We are going to talk with all of that. The first of those 7 cases is called Pratama Vibhakti, that's first. So it's referred by the number itself, Pratama, Dvitiya, Tritiya, etc. The Pratama Vibhakti, the first case is the subject. It's the actual name. Okay. So Ramaha is the Pratama Vibhakti. And then there is also called Sambodhana Pratama. Just how you call the Ramaha. So you don't say hey Ramaha come. Okay, you say hey Rama come. That Rama is the Sambodhana Pratama of the Pratama Vibhakti. So in the last week, we saw this shloka, the song about this Lambodara Lakumikara. In that Lambodara, it's not Lambodaraha is there. Lambodara is there. That is because the Sambodhana means Lambodara. Okay, so in male, in the Akaranta Pullinga, there is no much difference between Pratama and Sambodhana. Only the Visarga drops. Otherwise, it's the same. Okay, but if you go to Strilinga, it will be different. Okay, like for example, anyway, we'll learn Strilinga next class, but I'm giving you a quick example. We saw this in the Saraswati Namastubhyam Slokam. So Saraswati is the actual Pratama Vibhakti. Okay. The Sambodhana is Saraswati Hrasvam. So in that shloka, you have to say Saraswati Namastubhyam only. Okay. And in the song, I will include that song next. There's a Dikshitar song called Vande Meenakshi. You would have heard the song, Vande Meenakshi Tvam. So that Meenakshi, it is not Meenakshi there, it's Meenakshi. Because it's calling, he's calling, hey Meenakshi. It's calling. So hence Meenakshi only. Okay. So similarly, Sita, Site, it will become Site. So there are some differences between Pratama and Sambodhana for Strilinga. Napumsakalingam, it is the same. We will talk about both of that later, but I'm just giving you some differences. Similarly, the second case is object and third case is called Karanam, which is the instrument. We will talk about all of that in this course. So we'll cover all of this in this course. Don't have to worry about that right now. Okay. And then, so Sapta Vibhaktaya Hasanti, so Pratama Arabhya, all of this, Sapta Paryantam. And then Sambodhana. Sambodhana is also a Vibhakti. Then Purushaha, person. So we spoke about this, Pratama Purushaha, Madhyama Purushaha, Uttama Purushaha. Uttama Purushaha is the first person. Madhyama Purushaha is the second person. And Pratama Purushaha is the third person. Even though the literal translation of Pratama Purushaha is first person. So you don't have to get confused in this also. You have to be very clear when you come to Sanskrit. And Lakaraha is the tense. There are 10 Lakaras. We will talk about 4 of them in this course. So So that gets us to the Shabdas. So now we're talking about, today we're going to focus about two pronouns or four pronouns. One is singular pronouns, Saha, Yeshaha. These are all Pullinga Shabdas. Okay, so this should be used only in conjunction with the Pullinga Shabda, like a Ramaha. So you cannot use Saha Pavitra because Pavitra is a Strilinga Shabda. Okay, so that the Strilinga, what you should use, it will be different. It's Sa and Yesha. That we will talk about in the next class. Okay. Similarly, Napumsakalingam, you cannot say Saha Pustakam. Okay. Pustakam is a Napumsakalinga, so that we have a different word. That we will talk about next, maybe in the subsequent classes. So today we are going to only talk about Saha and Eshaha. What is the difference between Saha and Eshaha? Both of these are third person, which is in Sanskrit Prathama Purushaha. Okay, first of all, they are Prathama Purushaha. They are singular also. So Vachanam, Eka Vachanam, Prathama Purushaha. What do they actually mean? Saha means that person, that man, or that Pullinga Shabda. And Eshaha means this, something that is nearby. So I say this and that. Okay. In Tamil, you can more easily explain, like you can say even and avan. Okay. Even means here, this person. Ye banda hai, wo banda hai, Hindi mein. So that is the difference between Saha and Eshaha. Saha is referred to some distant object. Eshaha is object which is nearby. Okay. So Pratama Purushaha Ekavachana and Dure Asti Chet, if far. Okay, Saha Ganeshaha. Saha Ganesha means Ganesha, hey Ganesha, who is that Ganesha who is standing there, somewhere there. Okay. Or time wise also. You can say Saha Ganesha is like, the Ganesha who we saw 3-4 days ago. That also can be Saha Ganesha. Okay. And then Yeshaha is Pratama Purusha Ekavachanam again, but this is Samipe Asti Chet. So person is nearby. Okay, like now, Eshaha Ganesha, you can point out to this person just in front of you. Eshaha Ganesha. Okay, so that is that's the difference between these two. Okay, now what we will do is we will go through some examples. Okay, maybe Shriram Mahodaya, you can read this.
सः एषः कः
Kaha. So Kaha is the question. So you can say Saha Kaha, who is that? Eshaha Kaha, who is this? That's the Kaha is the question. Is the same whether it is distant or nearby. Kaha is who is that? Okay, essentially. But used only in the context of Pullinga. For Strilinga and Napumsakalinga, the question will be different. Okay, it will not be Kaha. Okay, it will be Ka or Kim. Okay, so that is the so we'll use some more words. So can you read this? So these are all, you can see that you'll all be used in conjunction of a akaranta pullinga shabdas. Okay. So maybe Pavitra Mahoday, you can read this.
एषः कः एषः बालकः.
Okay. Next one. Bharatji. Is it visible? Is it clear? The
Yeah.
word? Okay.
एषः कः एषः कषकः.
No, actually this Krishakaha, that's why I asked.
Oh, okay.
The word is hidden. It is actually Krishakaha. Krishakaha means farmer. Okay. So Yeshaha, sorry. Now somebody can read this. Sri Ramji.
सः कः सः मयूरः
Mayuraha means peacock. You would have heard about Mayur. So that is the same Mayuraha. So you can see that peacock in some thing may be a female actually. But the word that is referring to it is actually male. Mayuraha is a Pullinga Shabda. It's not a Strilinga Shabda. Okay. Then next one.
एषः
Yeah. Bharat Mahoday.
अजय शर्मा महोदय अस्ति तत्र.
Oh, Ajay Sharma ji. Yeah, sorry, I didn't realize you were also here.
एषः कः एष आसन्दः
Asandaha.
एष आसन्दः
Eshaha asandaha.
एषः आसन्दः
Asandaha. Yeah, you have to
Asandaha.
pronounce the visarga.
आसन्दः
Asandaha. Okay. So asandaha means chair. Okay. Who's next now? Bharat. Sorry, Pavitra Mohode.
Okay. Saha kaha, saha syutaha.
Yeah. Tyutaha means bag. Now who? I think Sri Ramji.
एषः सुधारखण्डः
Sudakhandaha. Sudarana.
सुधाखण्डः
Sudakhandaha. Sudakhandaha means chalk piece. Okay. Kandaha means piece. Sudakhandaha means chalk piece. Okay. Okay. Who now? Bharat Mohode.
सः चषकः
Chashakaha means glass, tumbler kind of stuff. Okay. Pavitra Mohode.
Ajoy Mahodaya asti.
Jay Mohode, sorry.
एषः चमसः
Chamasaha means spoon.
स्पून्
Okay, and I think in Hindi also it is chamach or chamas, they say, right? So chamasaha. Okay. Pavitra Mohode.
Saha deepaha.
Deepaha means lamp. Who is now? Is it Sri Ramji?
एषः नर्तकः
Yeah, Nartakaha means dancer. Okay. So male dancer. Okay, specifically. Okay, so I think if it is female, it's a different word. It is Nartaki that we will see in the next class. Nartakaha means a male dancer. Okay. Yeah.
सः
Bharatji.
शिक्षकः
Shikshakaha means teacher.
teacher.
Okay. You can also say Acharyaha. There is different types of teachers. There's Shikshakaha, Acharyaha, Upadhyayaha. There's a whole different, each of them means slightly different, but in the context of a school teacher is usually Shikshakaha. Okay. Okay. Who's next?
Ajoy.
Ajayji.
सः पाचकः
Pachakaha means cook.
Cook.
Someone who cooks. Okay. So here also Pachakaha refers to a male cook. Pachak, I think Pachaki or Pachaka refers to the female cook. Okay. Eshaha, next. Pavitraji.
Eshaha vaidyaha.
Yeah. So female doctor is Vaidya. Okay, that we will see in the next class. So some of these words might be different for male and female also. Okay, just to give you understanding. So it's not like Vaidya refers always to all kinds of doctors. It can be different. Okay. Yeah.
सः धीवरः
Yeah. Dhivaraha means fisherman.
धीवरः
Yeah. Next.
सः व्याघ्रः
Vyagraha means tiger.
एषः शुकः
Shukaha. Shukaha means parrot.
Mahodaya, for me the screen is not moving, Mahodaya.
Is it loading? Pavitraji?
She left. She's rejoining.
Okay, okay. So maybe Sri Ramji, you can go.
एषः पर्वतः
Parvataha. Okay. So Pavitraji, now you can say.
Saha vanaraha.
Vanaraha means monkey. So this refers to the horse, not the person. Who has to say now? Sri Ramji. Yeah, Sri Ramji has to say. Yeah. Sri Ramji has said no. Okay. Bharatji.
एषः अश्वः
Ashvaha means horse. Okay.
एषः शस्कः
Shashakaha. Shashakaha.
शशकः
Yeah.
शशक
Shashakaha. So you would have heard the name Shashank. Shashank actually means moon. Okay. Moon is called Shashank because that Shasham, you see that rabbit kind of thing image in the moon. So it is also called Shashank for that reason. Right. So that is why it's called Shashank. So Shashakaha. Shasham means rabbit. Shashakaha. Okay. So who next? Is it Sri Ramji or Pavitraji? Yeah.
एषः कपोतः
Yeah. Kapotaha is
पिजियन्
Kapotaha is pigeon. And then there's one more word also. Saha
सः गजः elephant
Gajaha is elephant. Okay. Sri Ram Mahodaya.
सः वृद्धः
Vriddaha. And then
एषः
Esha.
बिडालः
Yeah. Bidalaha. Bidalaha means cat. Vriddaha means obviously old person, old man.
सः काकः
Yeah. Kakaha, you all probably know. Crow.
एषः चित्रपतङ्गः
Yeah. Chitrapatangaha is butterfly. Okay. Okay. Now I think we are going to not name it, so you will have to guess the word. Okay. Sri Ramji.
सः रामः
Okay.
सः कृष्णः
Yeah.
सः शिवः
Shivaha. Yeah. Ajayji.
सः गौतम बुद्धः
Buddha. Yeah.
सः
Sri Ram.
विवेकानन्दः
So Vivekananda, you can see that the Vivekananda Shabda, okay, that ends with A only. So that means it's a Akaranta Pullinga. So if you say Viveka, Anand, all of that is different words, but the full word is a Akaranta Pullinga Shabda, Vivekananda. So it means it follows the same format as Rama, Krishna, Shiva, everything. Okay. So once you know Rama's format, all of these words you can form 21, 24 forms I mentioned. Okay. All right. So, and this one?
सः गणेशः
Ganesha. Okay. So next we will move forward with more words now.
सः
Yeah.
बालकः
Balakaha. Okay. Sri Ram Mahodaya.
सः वृद्धः
Vriddaha. Yeah. Bharat Mahodaya.
सः नर्तकः
Yeah. Who is this? Pavitra Mahodaya?
अजोय् महोदय
Ajay Mahodaya.
सः what is the
He's singer. He's singer.
yeah
Usually Gayakaha. I think we did not introduce this word. Gayakaha. The
Yeah.
singer. Okay. Gayakaha.
सः गायकः
Gayakaha. Yeah. Pavitra Mahodaya.
सः छात्रः
Chatraha. Chatraha means student. Okay. Who is going to say this?
सः
Yes.
सिपा
No, Sipai, nahi. No, I think you can use two words. If you consider this person as police, then you can say
सः
Arakshakaha.
रक्षकः
Arakshakaha. Okay. Or if you consider this as an army soldier, you can say also Sainikaha. Okay. Sainikaha is also okay. Right. And this one,
Saha Pachakaha.
Achakaha. Yeah.
सः चित्रकारः.
Chitrakaraha. Correct. Artist. Painter is Chitrakara. If it is painting is Chitrakaraha. But generally, if you have to say artist, then you can say Kalakaraha also. Okay. All right. This one,
सः शिक्षकः
Shikshakaha. Okay. All right. So we are doing very well. And then this one,
सः वैद्यः
Vaidya. Good. Okay. Next, the set. Oh, sorry. Okay. I have put two. So one first can answer one, and then the next one can answer the next one.
Saha Darpanaha.
Yeah, that is glass. So this one. What is this?
सः चषकः.
Chashakaha.
Chashakaha. Correct. This one,
सः चमसः
Chamasaha. Yeah, correct.
सः काकः
Kakaha. Yeah. Dog. Did we cover dog before? We didn't, right?
It
So
was
dog,
in the
yeah, dog has two names actually. Shunakaha, you can say, or Kukkuraha. Okay. Kukkuraha is also dog. Next one.
सः कुक्कुरः
No, this one. The top.
सः चेर्
Chair. Asandaha. Asandaha.
सः आसन्दः
Asandaha. Yeah, Asandaha. Okay. This is a stone, by the way. It looks like a bread also, but it actually is a stone. Yeah. Anyone can, Sriram Mahodaya?
सः
We didn't see it this week, but we saw it, I think, last week or before that.
काकः कथा.
Yeah, I can say Shilakandaha. Shilakandaha. Shilakandaha is stone. Piece of stone. Yeah. Anyone can take a guess of this? This year.
कारणः.
Karanaha. Saha
Karnaha. Karnaha. Correct. Ajay Mahodaya.
सः सूर्यः
Suryaha. Suryaha.
Surya.
Okay.
सः वृक्षः
Vrikshaha. Correct. And then this, any idea of this?
Saha Dandaha.
Dandaha. Very good. This one.
तालः.
Talaha. Correct. And this one, this is the a tooth. Okay, don't go with the brush. We'll take about brush. We'll talk about both actually, tooth and brush. Okay, what is tooth?
सः दन्तकः
Yeah, dantaha. Okay.
दन्त
And toothbrush, any idea what is toothbrush?
दन्तकूर्चः.
Dantakurchaha. Dantakurchaha is toothbrush. Okay. Okay. Next one. This one is a cat.
सः
Saha Marjaraha.
Marjaraha also you can say. I think bidalaha is the word we learned. Bidalaha. Yeah. Okay. So basically we learned. So ekavachanam we finished. Saha, yeshaha, kaha. Okay. So now we are going to talk about bahuvachanam, which is plural. So this one, te, ete, and ke. Te means who all, like what all. It's like a plural question. So kaha and ke, the question will depend based on whether it is singular or plural. who are they you're referring to? So te means they, as in like, that many things there, that. And ete is this, but refers to many things here. Okay. So this and that, but in plural form. Okay. For dual, there is two different words again, but that we will talk later. Okay. And again, all the akaranta shabdas, like, bidalaha, nattakaha, all of this, they all will change if they are plural. If there are many, then they will become aha. Instead of, if it was ramaha, will become ramaha. And all the words will change accordingly. Okay. So if it is vrikshaha, one tree, many trees will be vrikshaha. Okay. If it is one cat, bidalaha, will become bidalaha. Okay. So all of them will, if the format is the same. So that is why it is easy. The pattern is the same. No matter what, as long as it is akaranta shabdaha, it's very easy to kind of, then the plural form will always be like this. Okay. So let us talk about this. So this is parvataha. So somebody can talk about that. Somebody can read this. So so this is one parvataha, and then
पर्वताः
and then you ask the question.
ते के ते पर्वताः
Yeah. What is that? That is parvata. This. Suppose if you have to ask the question about a nearby nearby mountain range. It's not like distant, but nearby mountain range. How would you ask?
Ete ke.
Yeah. Ete ke. The answer is?
Ete parvataha.
Yeah. Okay. Next one. So dog is kukuraha. So plural form is, okay, somebody can read this now. Who has to go? Ajay ji?
ते के ते कुकुरः कुरः
Another word is
शुनु ते शुनकः
shunakaha. Okay, now again the question to you, if this is like a dog sitting somewhere at a distance, but if the dogs are just sitting in front of me, how will you ask this question?
ते
Instead of te refers to that distance. What is nearby in plural form? It is ete.
एते
Okay.
एते
Ete. So just like in saha and eshaha, so there it is singular, saha is distant and eshaha is nearby. And in plural, te is distant and ete is nearby. Okay. So if the dogs are nearby and I have to ask what are these dogs, then you have to, what are these? I have to say ete ke. Okay. All right. Somebody who's next? Pavitra Mahoday.
Ete ke, ete mayuraha. Te ke
Mayuraha. So Mayuraha is the singular. Mayuraha is the
mayuraha.
Mayuraha.
Te
Many peacocks. Yeah.
Te ke te mayuraha.
Yeah. Next, somebody ask the question and also give the response.
Ete
ते
ke.
ते
So I think Sriram Mahodaya.
ते के ते वृक्षाः
Vrikshaha. Correct. Multiple trees. Bharat Mahoday.
Ete ke. Ete balakaha.
Ete balakaha. Or if you have to consider students, how will you say?
Shiks.
Student is chatraha. So student
Chatraha.
chatraha. Okay, so this one we can consider boys. This one. So for you can also say kridaluhu, but that is not an akaranta shabda. So we'll go with boys only for now. So Ajay ji, if it is boys, how will you ask the question? Ajay Mohoday, you're on mute. I think you're on mute, Ajay Mohoday. Oh, we're not able to hear you, right?
You're not able to hear him.
Okay, we'll come back to him maybe.
Okay.
Pavitra ji,
ते के ते ते छात्रा ते बालकाः.
balakaah. Okay, so this is washerman. So washerman is rajakaha. Rajaka. One washerman is rajakaha. Okay. So how will you refer to plural of? How will you ask the question and what is your response? Sriram
ते
Mohoday.
ते के ते रचकाः.
Rajakaha. Okay. Okay. This one is farmers. I think we had this before with the word cut. Bharat Mohodaya, do you remember the word?
Kitshaka.
Krishakaha. Krishakaha. And but that is singular. What is the plural version? Bahuvachanam.
Kitsakaha.
Krishakaha. Krishakaha.
Kitsakaha.
Yeah, Krishakaha. Okay, this is the lamp. Okay, so you can take Deepaha. Deepaha is the word. Okay.
एते दीपाः
Deepaha. Ete Deepaha. And this one, these are all stones.
शिलाखण्डा.
Shilakhanda.
Shilakandaha. Okay. Shilakandaha. And then this one, you can say Matsyaha is fish. Meenaha is also fish. Okay. Both of them are Akaranta Pullinga. So how will you say the plural?
एते के एते मत्स्याः.
Yeah. And this one we spoke about. Bharat Mohoday.
एते दन्तकूर्चाः
Tantakurchaha. Ajay Mohoday.
एते के एते सैनिकाः.
Sainikaha. Okay.
सैनिकाः.
Yeah. So this is photos. It's called Chitrapataha. Okay. One photo is Chitrapataha. So Pavitra Mohoday.
एते चित्रपटाः.
Chitrapataha. Okay. This is necklace. It's Nupuraha. Sriram Mohoday.
एते के एते नूपुराः.
Nupuraha. Okay. This one is barber. So barber is called Napitaha. Napitaha. Okay. So who is going to say Bharat
ते
Mohoday?
के ते नापिताः
Te Napitaha. Okay. This one, any guesses? Ajay Mohoday.
This is crowd. Or
Crowd? No. Just
this
take the
temple.
chariots.
Okay, this mandira.
No, chariot is called Rataha.
Rataha.
So
एते के ते रताः.
Rataha.
रताः.
Okay. Rataha is one chariot. We have multiple, 3 chariots. So Rataha. Okay. And this not the vehicles, this refers to the drivers. Okay. So any guesses on what driver means in Sanskrit? Sriram Mohoday.
Oh, it's my turn, Mohoday.
चालका.
वाहनचालकः. वाहनचालकः.
Vahana Chalakaha. Yeah. That is singular. What is plural?
वाहनचालकाः.
Chalakaha. Okay, good. And this one is given here, Lepakaha, mason, the one who constructs, mason, is Lepakaha. So who is going to, Bharatji?
एते के एते लेपकाः
Ete Lepakaha. Okay, this one is a carpenter. It's called Takshakaha. Okay. Ajayji,
एते के न ते के ते तक्षक तक्षकाः
Rakshakaha.
तक्ष तक्षकाः
Yeah.
तक्षकाः
Okay. Next one. Any guesses on this?
Simhaha.
Yeah. Pavitra Mohoday.
Ete simhaha.
Simhaha. You better say te ke. Because if this line is, hopefully you're not sitting in judgment.
That's correct.
Okay. So that is the Akaranta Pullinga Shabdas. Now there, sorry. So there are some, these are the formats for Ikaranta Pullinga. Oh, why? Okay. Okay. Ikaranta Pullinga and Ukaranta Pullinga. Okay. So maybe somebody, Sriram Mohoday, you can read the Ikaranta Pullinga.
Harihi Harayah.
Yeah. Arihi is Ekavachanam, Arayaha is Bahuvachanam. It's the same format, right? For anything that is Ikaranta Pullingaha, it will be like this only. Okay. So yeah, you can read the whole table.
Pihi Kapayah.
Kapihi means this one, I think monkey also, right? Yeah.
Sorry, Kapihi means
Monkey, I think. Yeah.
Rishihi Rishayah.
Yeah.
Munihi Munayah.
Yeah.
Bhupatihi Bhupatayah.
Yeah.
Ravihi Ravayah.
Yeah.
Vidihi Vidayah.
You know all these words, Rishi, Muni and all. Rishi is sage, Muni is also sage. Bhupati is king. Okay. Ravi is Surya, sun. Ravi is sun. Vidhi is rules. Okay. Vidhi, rules. Okay. Now, who is next? Bharatji. Ukarantaha.
उकारान्तः पुल्लिङ्गशब्दाः
Hmm.
गुरुः गुरवः शम्भुः शम्भवः विष्णुः विष्णवः भानुः भानवः साधुः साधवः शिशुः शिशवः प्रभुः प्रभवः.
Yeah. So Ukaranta Pullinga, when when it is Bahuvachanam, it's the Buhu becomes Bavaha or Uhu becomes Avaha. Okay. So that is the format change that happens to Ukaranta Pullinga. So this is so that is how, so Akaranta Pullinga, Ramaha becomes Ramaha. Okay. In Bahuvachanam. In Ikaranta Pullinga, Arihi become Harayaha. Kapihi become Kapayaha. And in Ukaranta Pullinga, Guruhu becomes Guravaha. Shambhuhu becomes Shambhavaha. Okay, all of that. So this is the format, Pullinga Bahuvachanam. So we learned, so for example, if you have to say this person who is in, this is Hari, Harihi. How will you say that? The person just in front of me is Hari. How will you say that?
ते हरिया
Heshaha.
ऐसा
There's one Hari. I'm only talking about one Hari. So how will you say that? Eshaha
Eshaha harihi.
Harihi. Yeah, Eshaha Harihi. Okay, now if I have to say, I'm pointing out to some distant place and then say there are gurus. How will I say that?
Te
Te
guravah.
Yeah, Te Guravaha. Yeah, Te Guravaha. Okay. So similarly, we'll pick up some more words here. There are multiple. So Banuhu means Surya. Surya also. Okay, you have to use the Banuhu. So there are multiple Suryas, suns in the sky. So if I have to say, how will you say that? There are multiple suns. So how will you say that? Many suns. Te
Bhanuha.
Suryaha. Okay.
Banavaha. So you
Bhanuha.
see that Banavaha.
Te
Banuhu
Bhanuva.
Banavaha. Okay. So we will practice more on this later. We will also give some this thing, but you have to just understand whether the context is singular or plural. Similarly, mostly we are talking about pullingam. So if it is pullingam, then you will have to use either saha or saha and eshaha, depending on if it is distant or nearby, and depending on it is singular and plural. Okay, everything will change. So that's how you construct sentences. Okay, so we will now quickly go through one story. Okay, so Shriram Mahodaya, first sentence, maybe two sentences each.
बुद्धिमान् शिष्यः
Yeah.
काशीनगरे एकः पण्डितः वसति सः बहु प्रसिद्धः.
Okay, so what did you understand here?
So in Kashi Nagaram there was a Pandit who was
Yeah.
staying. He was very popular.
Yes, exactly. So here again, what are the verbs if you look at it? So vasati is the kriya padam. Okay, we spoke about nama padam and kriya padam. So if you look at this sentence, Kashi nagare ekaha panditaha vasati. So the Kashi nagare is also nama padam. Ekaha is also nama padam. Panditaha is also nama padam. Okay. Only vasati is the kriya padam. Okay. So vasati means what we already know this, lives, right? Vasati is living. So the panditaha is what is also a akaranta pullinga shabdaha. Panditaha. The pratipadikam for that is pandita. Pandita ends with a. So that's why panditaha. So if you have to say many pandits lived, how will you say? No, you have to say just many pandits instead of just one pandit. You don't have to form a sentence, just the word shabdam.
Te Panditaः.
Panditaha. Okay. So similarly, ekaha is also akaranta pullinga shabda. Eka becomes ekaha. So ekaha is the one pandit. And Kashi Nagare. So Kashi Nagaram is the shabdam. That's a Napumsakalinga shabdam. You don't have to worry about that. But you see here the Kashi Nagare has come. That is a vibhakti that is added. We will learn about that. That's called Saptami vibhakti. That Nagaram has become Nagare. So there is no separate word to say in Kashi. So in Kashi is Kashi Nagare only. Kashi Nagaram only transformed itself into Kashi Nagare to give that meaning. Okay. So this is what we spoke about vibhakti. So here this is a different vibhakti, but ekaha panditaha is all pratama vibhakti and vasati is the verb. Okay. And then going on. Saha bahu prasiddhaha. Why do we use saha? Because we are referring to Kashi Nagaram, which is very distant place, right? If you are living in front of him and then referring to that Pandit, he is just in front of you, then how will you say he is very popular?
Kaha bahu prasiddha.
No, prasiddha saha bahu prasiddha is because he's somewhere out there. But if let's say no, kaha is the question. But if you have to say he is popular and he is just in front of you, how will you say?
Esha.
Eshaha
bahu prasiddha.
He's just in front of you and then say Eshaha bahu prasiddha. This man is very popular. Okay. All right. Okay. Now we'll go to the next two. Bharat Mahoday.
दूरतः जनाः तस्य समीपं विद्यार्जनार्थं
Yeah.
आगच्छन्ति.
Yeah. Okay, we'll just stop with that. So what did you understand, Bharatji?
So agachanti is so for the sake of studies, students from far places approach him.
Yeah. Okay. So can you identify what is the verb in this?
Agachanti.
Yeah, agachanti. So here and then durataha, let's leave the durataha. The second word is janaha. So what can you guess about janaha? What
The
form is this?
अकारान्त
Ah,
पुल्लिङ्गशब्दः
Bahuvachanam.
बहुवचनं
Bahuvachanam. You can guess that. Hey, Janaha. What will be the singular form of that? Ekavachana Rupam Kim?
जनः
Janaha. Okay. So Janaha has become Janaha because many people want to come near, who live in distant places, want to come to him for learning. Vidyarjanartham. Okay. So we don't have to worry about those complicated words. Just look at simple words and learn some of the forms. Ye kada. Okay, who is going to read next? Ajoy ji.
एक एकदा एकः शिष्यः तस्य समीपम्
एकदा एकः शिष्यः
एक एकदा एकः शिष्यः तस्य समीपम् आगच्छति.
Yeah. Okay. So here again, what is the meaning that you got?
One teacher came near
One teacher and one student.
Shishya.
Shishyaha.
One
Yeah.
student came near tasya samipam, near
This guru, this Pandit.
near
Pandita.
this pandit. Near
Yeah.
this pandit. Samipam.
Yeah. Samipam agachati. So
Mm.
here also ekaha is a akarantas pullinga shabda. Shishyaha is akaranta pullinga shabda. Ajoy ji, if you have to refer to multiple students, multiple disciples, then how would you say
Shishyaha.
Shishyaha?
Uh,
That's correct. All right. So everything in this sentence also, agachati is the kriya padam. Agati means comes.
comes.
Everything else is a nama padam. Ekada is a nama padam. Ekada refers to once upon a time. Okay.
Okay.
Ekaha is a nama padam. Shishyaha is a nama padam.
Namapadam.
Asya is a nama padam. Everything is nama padam. All changing to different vibhaktis. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Next one. Who is going to? Pavitra Mahoday.
शिष्यः वदति आचार्य अहं विद्याभ्यासार्थम् आगतः अस्मि मां स्वीकरोतु इति.
Yeah. So this is a. So what did you understand, Pavitra Mahoday?
The one student Shishyak says, he calls it out, Acharya, I have come here for learning.
Yeah.
Mom, please accept me, like that.
Correct. So here it is mentioned in active voice. Shishyaha vadati. So Shishya says vadati. Vadati is the kriya padam, and Shishyaha is the nama padam. Acharya. So he's saying calling Acharya. So what is Acharya? Acharya is Sambodhana Pratama.
Sambodhana.
Okay. So what is the Pratama vibhakti of this Acharya? Can you guess? Acharya. And Bahuvachanam ne?
Acharyaha.
Yeah, Acharya. Okay. Acharya is the Sambodhanam for the Ekavachanam. And then Aham Vidyabhyasartham Agataha Asmi. So I have come here for Vidyabhyasam. Mam Swikarotu. So Swikarotu is also a verb, Kriya Padam. So here you say that it does not, Vadati is one form, and Swikarotu is another form. Okay. Even though both of them are verbs. So Vadati is one lakara and Swikarotu is another lakara. What are those lakaras? We will learn. Vadati is just a statement of fact, saying he says, and Swikarotu is please accept me. So there is a request there, prarthana. Okay. So that is why it is in a different lakara. So that's a different mood. It's not a different tense, but different mood. So we will talk about that in the subsequent lessons. But just understand that is also a kriya padam, but it is a different verb. And similarly, asmi here is there. Asmi is also a verb only. It says I am there, I am. But that asmi is different from the normal verb, which is asti, because purusha is different. Asmi refers to aham. Aham is a uttama purusha. Okay, in the other sentences, it was all Pratama Purusha, which is the third, it was written in third person, but here it is written in first person. Hence, Asmi. Okay, so the verbs change depending on, we saw it change depending on Purusha, Vachanam, and Purusha, Vachanam, and Lakara. It does not change based on the Pullinga, Strilinga. For example, in this, even if it is Shishya instead of Shishyaha, if it is a female student, then Samipam Agachati only. It won't change. Okay. So that is the difference. So just want to point out all those lessons also which we learned. Okay. Mam Srikarotu iti. Now, Sriram. Yeah,
Achha,
any
one
question?
Agataha,
Hmm.
is that also verb? Because agachati is a verb.
No, actually, it's a very special form. Agataha is from verb, it has been converted to a noun, okay, by adding a pratyayam. So we won't worry about that right now. We will learn that later on. It is actually here, agataha is a noun form only, but it is formed from a verb. Okay. So we will learn about that. Okay, that's why I did not dwell on that specifically.
I
But
got
it's a very,
confused
it's
because
a
I
ta
thought.
pratyayam, they say ta pratyayam, that is added to
Okay,
this. So we will talk about the pratyayas later. Okay. So, okay. Who is going to read? Shriram Mahoday.
आचार्यः तस्य बुद्धिपरीक्षां करोति.
Yeah.
आचार्यः
Shriram Mahoday, you are there?
Yeah, my phone is actually shutting down. Sorry.
Okay, okay. No problem. So can maybe Bharat Mahoday, can you tell the meaning of this?
So therefore, Acharya wants to test the student.
Test the student. Buddhi pariksham karoti. So again, karoti is the kriya padam here. Okay. Everything else is nama padam. Acharya is a nama padam. Tasya is a nama padam. Buddhi pariksham is also nama padam. Okay. But you can see that it's all in different formats because they have all taken different vibhaktis. Okay. Acharya is pratama vibhakti. Okay. That's what we have been seeing. And tasya is all different vibhakti. We will talk about it later. Okay.
So here,
then-
Buddhi Pariksham, again, that is the Bahuvachanam of the Akaranta Parikshaha.
Parikshaha, yeah. Pariksha.
Okay.
Actually, it's not Pullingaha, it's actually Strilinga, Pariksha. Pariksha, Pariksham. Okay, so it's a Vivachanam of Pariksha.
So
Okay.
it's not Parikshaha, it's Pariksha.
No, it's not Vivachanam, it's Vitiya Vibhakti. Okay.
Okay.
So it is not Akarantas Pullinga Shabdaha. Vidhi Pariksha is a Strilinga Shabda. Okay. Okay, who is going to go next? Acharya.
आचार्यः तं पृच्छति देवः कुत्र अस्ति इति.
Yeah.
Means Acharya, the teacher asked the student, Deva, God, where is God?
Where is God?
Where is God?
So here also there is a Sambodhanam. Acharya tam pruchati. So it's not mentioned as to, he is not referring the student, hey Siksha, hey Shishya, is not mentioned.
Not mentioning.
Not mentioned, but he is asking Devaha, Kutra Asti. So we have learned about Kutra. Kutra means where.
Where?
Asti. Sorry. Okay. Asti. Asti is a verb. So Asti is also a verb. Where is, that is referred as Asti. So when it becomes I, when you say I, that is changes to am, right? In English also. Here the Asti, when it is in Uttama Purusha, changes to Asmi. You can see that. Correct? So Asti is the third person. So Devaha Kutrasi. Where is God? Is the question. Devaha is a Pratama Vibhakti. You can see Devaha. And what is the Bahuvachanam for Devaha, Ajay ji?
Devaha.
Devaha.
Devaha. Devaha.
Deva is the Akaranta Pullinga Shabda Deva. Okay.
Deva.
Yeah. Pavitra ji.
So what is the ending with iti?
Huh?
Iti.
Iti. Iti means it's just the end of the quotation mark.
Okay.
He said this. Okay. The teacher told him, and then you give the where is God, like iti. Iti means it's he said this kind of stuff. Okay.
Okay.
So iti is like you can almost think it's the end of question mark. You describe what he actually said in active voice, and then he said this is, and that finished, right? Iti.
Okay.
Okay. Sishyaha vadati. Okay, who is going to read? Pavitra Mahoday.
शिष्यः वदति गुरो देवः कुत्र नास्ति कृपया भवान् एव समाधानं वदतु इति.
So this iti also is the end of that Sishya's reply. Okay. So he said like this. That is what is iti. Okay. So Shishya. Okay. Pavitra Mahoday, you can tell what meaning you understood from this.
The student says, Guru, Sambodhan, again, like he calls out to the
So
teacher.
here you see Guruhu, the Sambodhana is different. It's Guru. Okay.
Guru.
Sambodhana is different for Ukaranta. If it is Devaha, what would have been the Sambodhana?
Deva.
Deva. If it is Acharya,
Acharya.
yeah. For Guru, it is Guru. We will learn about that, so don't worry about that. But yeah, just one more point. Yeah.
So he says,
Putraha nasti.
Putra nasti. Where is God? Where God is not there.
Where God is not there. So he's asking, where is God? He's saying, where is he not there? Okay. So then, Kripaya.
Bhavaneva Samadhanam. So you itself pacify this situation.
Yeah, you yourself respond to this. Samadhanam vadatu. So here you say vadatu. So it's also a verb, kriya padam, eva. But vadatu is in a different form, different lakara compared to words like asti, pruchati. So what is the vadati was vadati is not there somewhere here, but it could have been vadati if it is just present tense. But here it is not present tense. It's in some other mood. Vadatu means he is requesting. Please tell me. Okay. Kripaya vadatu. Okay. So that is a different lakara. So we'll learn about all that later, but just note this much now. Okay, so this starts with Santushtaha. Okay, next line. Sriram Mahoday, are you back?
Yeah, Shamyatam, my phone got this. Guruhu Bhakti Devaha Sarvatra Asti. Devaha Sarva Vyapi. Tvam Buddhiman.
Okay, that much is enough. So what did you understand?
Guru Vadati. Guru is saying Devaha Sarvatra Asti. God is everywhere. Devaha Sarva Vyapi is, again, it means everywhere only.
Yeah.
Omnipresent.
Yeah. Omnipresent, yes. Tvam Buddhiman.
Yeah, Tvam Buddhiman means you are intelligent.
Yeah, correct. So here again, Tvam is a Madhyama Purusha because he is referring to the guy in front, Madhyama Purusha, not a third person, not the first person, but the second person, Tvam. Okay. So Guruhu Vadati. Vadati is the Kriya Padam. Guruhu is Ukaranta Pullinga Shabda. So Pratama Vibhakti. Guruhu Vadati. Then what does he say? Devaha. Devaha is also Pratama Vibhakti. Sarvatra Asti. He is everywhere. Asti is the Kriya Padam again. In the second sentence, Devaha Sarva Vyapi. So in this, what is the Kriya Padam? There is no Kriya Padam actually.
No Kriya Padam.
But there's understood. So Devaha, so you say God, it's like God omnipresent. So you have to say is understood there. So that Devaha Sarvavyapi Asti should have been the word, but you can drop the Asti, it still means the same. Devaha Sarvavyapi. Okay. That means that Asti from the previous sentence has to be borrowed here also to complete. Devaha Sarvavyapi Asti. Okay. And then similarly the next one also. Tvam Buddhiman. There is no Kriya Padam there. But to complete, you have to, what is understood is Tvam Buddhiman Asti. No, actually it's not Asti, Asi. because it's Madhyama Purusha, the Asti will transform also. Okay. From Buddhiman Asi. So you are intelligent. Okay, that R is becomes R there, you are, right? Similarly, here also Asti will change to Asi. Okay, so that again we will learn subsequently. Okay, so now who has to read? Bharat Mahoday.
अतः विद्याभ्यासार्थम् अत्र एव वस इति.
Yeah.
So therefore you can please stay, you stay here for Vidyabhyasa.
Yeah, okay. Vasa. So again, Vasati was there before, and that year is Vasa. So that has also changed because of Purusha. Because Vasati refers to the third person. Here Vasa, because the Guru is instructing the person in front of him, like you please stay. Because if the you comes, the Vasati form also changes to Vasa, just like Asti changed to Asi, that also changes. So these are the changes. It is still Kriya Padam, it is still Vasat, that Vas Dhatu only, but when it changes forms. And obviously don't worry too much about this, we will learn about all this later, but just pointing out that, depending on because the verb does not change based on the lingam, the verb changes based on the Pratama Purusha, Madhyama Purusha, and Uttama Purusha. Okay. All right. Ajay Mahoday,
here-
last. Yeah.
Evam. Yeah.
Sorry, what?
Yeah, one question.
Yeah.
So
Bharat.
this Vasa here, is it also because of is it like more like a commandment?
Yeah, it's
rather-
commandment. That's what I'm saying. It's more. It's a combination. It's called Lot Lakara. So Lot Lakara Madhyama Purusha is Vasa. So it's an instruction, but given to the front person in front, the second person. Okay, so it's a different. It's everything. Yeah, you are right. It's commandment also, but it is also a Madhyama Purusha. Okay.
Yeah. Evam शिष्यस्य प्रयोजनं पूर्ण भवति.
Yeah.
Yeah. In this way, students' desire fulfilled.
Yeah, exactly. So here Kriya Padam is what? Can you guess?
Bhavati.
Bhavati is the Kriya Padam. Everything else is the Nama Padam. Evam Shishyasya. Shishyasya. So Shishya becomes Shishyasya. That is because there's a Vibhakti, which we will learn. It's Sashti Vibhakti. We will learn about that. Prayojanam is also in Nama Padam. Everything else is Nama Padam. Usually a sentence will have one Kriya Padam. It may have multiple Kriya Padam also, but it generally has one Kriya Padam, and rest are Nama Padams, which are different aspects, like what is the subject, what is the object, what is the instrument, all of that will come. Which place, location, all of that will come. So that is the normal form sentence. So hopefully this story it kind of gives you, focuses on some small words. Many words we have not learned, so don't worry about it. But I just want to use these story to kind of illustrate the Pratama Vibhakti and what different types of verbs, etc. that it can take. All right, I think we are almost time now. I will stop.
Sir, will you get this PPT?
Yeah. The PPT will be uploaded in the classroom. If you have joined the classroom, all of this will be there already.
No,
For the last
PPT.
two classes.
Yeah, for last two classes, PPT was not there, sir.
Have you joined the Google Classroom?
Yes, I have joined, sir.
It should be there. Let me check. Actually, it should be there. Actually, yeah, it is.
So I can share my screen. Okay, it is not there.
Okay. I will have to then go back and check because at Balaji Mahoday, the other teacher, he manages that portion. I'll check with him because he meant to post this in the classroom itself.
Yeah, what is it visible for others or it is
No,
not?
I can't see your screen.
Maybe it's only on the drive. I don't know.
Do you have access to the drive also? If you are having access to the drive, it should definitely be there in that. Yeah.
On drive is different.
So in that, one second, let me open this and let's clarify this because others also asked this question.
Sir,
Um,
can you share the drive link or?
Yeah. 1 second, just give me 1 second. I am just trying to. So in the. I'm just trying to look at this. So I will share this one. So this are you seeing this class notes? I will post this. Okay, this has got all the details about the WhatsApp group, everything else. Okay, so if you look at these class slides, it is in this class slides drive. Okay, I can paste the link here now in this chat itself. So you can use this check if you are able to access this drive. You should be able to. That has got all the class slides. Okay. There's a Sasyam 7. Ajayji, are you able to access that link?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Okay. So that has this document also. It has got the Sasyam 7 document also. And it will have all the slides for every class. Okay.
Yeah, got it, sir. Got it.
Okay, thank you. All right. So we will now I'll share the final.
It's
Just
Shamyata. So it's only the slides, right? There is no recording that will be there.
no, recording is there in that YouTube. In the WhatsApp group, we have put the YouTube links, right? The recordings will be put there. So last week, I forgot to record the whole class, and hence last week's recording I would not have put, but the first week's recording is there. So this week's recording, after the class is over, I will post it and I'll put a link in the WhatsApp. It should be there. Okay.
Okay.
So now we will do the final shloka. I'll just go to that page. So we will do the Mangala shloka. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayaha Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukkha Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om Tat Sat. Okay, so we will stop the class here. Let me stop the sharing and also stop the recording.